Hey everyone, Michael here. So I'm going to record a video on how to do a test product. And we've changed it up a little bit from just a previous video that we did. And the reason why we did that is as we were doing test products, we were duplicating them and we were naming them test product. Okay, so for instance, if we duplicated a product to test, we would go in here and we would just name this test, right? And the problem that people were having is that in the notifier, if you wanted to use your notifier, that was coming up as test, and people didn't want. And there's really no way to delete that as of now, unless you will go into your cPanel and change the name. And there's a video on how to do that, but we want to try to prevent people from doing that. So here's a different way to do that. So just go ahead and duplicate your product, and just leave it as the same title. But what you're going to do is you're going to come down in the product description, and you're going to simply put the test here in the product description. Okay, so just go ahead and put test in parentheses. If you want to bold it, you can, so that way it stands out. We're still going to come down here, and you're going to come down here into your style and color, and this is for print text, so they see this as it comes, the order comes in. You can put test in both of those, okay? So the main reason why is that you can still add this to a campaign and pick this product, but see a test in the description and not in the actual order. So when as your notifier pops up, it will actually have an actual product in there and not the word test. So I would still come down here and just delete all of the other options. Just put this in for $2 in case it does go through. Take out your pricing and go ahead and save that. Okay. So just remember, you're going to want to remember the name of this. So this is going to be My Students Have an Awesome Teacher, Ladies Black Tea. Now you're going to probably have 2 of these to add to your campaign. You won't really know which one until you get there. So what I'm talking about is once you have saved this, save the guy, forget if I saved it. Once you have saved this test product that you want to test with your Stripe, go ahead and go to your test campaign. And if you haven't created a test campaign, I'll show you how to do that. I would just probably go with anything non-personalized, like a mom and teacher is the one that I usually do. Just go ahead and duplicate that campaign. And then once you duplicate it, you're just going to call it test. Okay, so that way you can come in here and add this to, you can add other products, and this can always be your test campaign. Now the first thing you're going to, if you haven't duplicated one, you'll still have those old, product or the same products from when you duplicated from the original campaign. Just make sure you go ahead and delete those, and then you can just go ahead and look for your product here. So look for mom and teacher. What was it, ladies? Let's see. No, it was. Let's go back to. I knew what that was already. Open that up. My Students Have an Awesome Teacher, Ladies Black Tea. So let's go back here and look for that. So you're going to look for that product. So this was My Students. So you can see how there's 2 in here. I'll just go ahead and add both of them, because you're not going to know which one is which, but we'll figure out we'll know by the description. So we're going to go ahead and update our test campaign here. And then just go ahead and go to that URL. So I think this is the one. It should be, yeah, it has down here for $2. Unless I added a different one here. But this is the one that we did. And as you can see, it has the word test in here, so we know this is the test product. You also know, by the way, that the pricing here, because we realized that we did that. So that it really doesn't matter about color or anything like that. You just want to make sure that if you're doing a personalized shirt, just go ahead and you have to personalize it with something just in order to add it to the cart. So you can go ahead and add it to the cart, and then you're going to enter in your actual email address. So that way you can see if your confirmation email comes to you. So that way you can check that to make sure that that's all working. It doesn't really matter about the billing address. You can use your own address or make up whatever, but you just want to make make sure you're using your actual email address for the test. And then on the card number, when you're on test stripe, 424242. You know 16 times to replicate a credit card number. When the box turns green, you know you're good. Any of this stuff can be whatever you want. I usually just put 1, 2, 3 in for the CVV. Oh, I didn't realize I was in live mode. So if you are in live mode, it will not go through. So let me just go through and go back and show you how to change that. So make sure in your business settings that you are on test. And that's why I would not purchase. And it's kind of good that that happens, so you can see that it will give you that prompt if you are in live mode instead of test mode. So I'm going to refresh just because I have a chance to catch up, and so we can be in the test mode here. So again, 424242 16 times. You should get a thank you page, and there you go. So once you get to your thank you page, you know that your test purchase is good. Now that you have your notifier pop up once you're on your site, you'll have an actual product and not a product that says test. Okay, guys, hope that helps. Talk to you soon.